Hello everyone, this is Megan Wise, the Blended Learning Coordinator for the Archdiocese of New York, here with another episode of Starting with Why, Using EdTech with a Purpose. And today I want to talk to you about Nearpod. Now, if you've never heard of Nearpod before, let me briefly just explain to you that it is an online platform that allows for 100% student engagement. And what do I mean when I say that? What I mean is you can have all of your students synced to a teacher-paced lesson all at once that you can control, that they participate in from their own devices, and it tracks every single one of them participating. Or it can be a student-paced lesson that you send out to them that they work on individually at their own time, but it still tracks every single student's interaction with this online lesson. So you get 100% engagement from all of your students, and it tracks all of their responses as they are learning and engaging with new material. So let's take a look at some notes that I've put together for talking about Nearpod. So I've already touched on the number one reason why teachers love Nearpod, which is that it's 100% of their students engaged. And because they're all interacting on their own device, you don't have to call on every single student to get everyone engaged with the lesson. Everyone can answer together in a teacher-paced lesson or on their own in a student-paced lesson, and you get the data later. And the activities that are available on Nearpod are high interest activities that are ways for students to actually engage with the content and not just receive it. It's as if the students are going through a slideshow presentation with you, but embedded within it are the activities that they're actually doing. So when you pose a question, they have different ways to respond. They can type answers on there, they can do draw activities, they can do map activities, they can do math, all sorts of things. It is available across grade levels and across content. And the resources and materials that already exist in Nearpod are of a high quality, and you can also personalize them yourself as a teacher or create your own. And these students are using multiple different modalities to assess and check for their understanding throughout the lesson. So rather than just cold calling on a student and asking them a question while you're presenting, instead you're giving them multiple different ways to show that they understand what's going on in the lesson while it's happening. Plus, there are fun games and activities that are aligned to the content built right in. One of the most famous is known as Time to Climb, which is essentially an online quiz where the students get little icons, and based on the speed and accuracy of answering questions, their little person climbs up the mountain faster than the others. And it's a really fun review tool. Also, as I mentioned at the beginning, there are two different ways to send out a Nearpod. You can teacher pace the lesson, where the teacher is control of going from slide to slide, and the students are all following along with their devices. But right now, particularly in a remote learning context, we're going to be particularly interested in that student-paced lesson availability, which means the teacher can create and design this Nearpod interactive lesson and send it out to their students, and they can work on it at their own time, at their own pace, and it will still collect all that data for the teacher to see the engagement of all of their students with the lesson. And of course, last but not least is the seamless LMS integration, meaning if you are using Google Classroom with your students or perhaps some other learning management system, you can seamlessly integrate your Nearpod lesson into that platform to gather the students' responses and to send it out to them. As always, there will be linked in the description here some videos from YouTube with tutorials for how to set up Nearpod if you are new to using it. But just keep in mind that this is a great tool for 100% of your students being engaged, and it really does translate well from remote learning to coming back to the brick and mortar classroom eventually. This is a great tool. It's highly interactive, it's fun, it's engaging, and it allows all the students to demonstrate their learning across different modalities throughout a lesson. All right, I hope you check out the tutorial videos embedded in the description below for more information on getting started with Nearpod, and definitely look into it right now during remote learning, because there's all sorts of materials that are usually exclusive to only the paid accounts that are available right now for remote learning environments. So give Nearpod a try, and come back for another episode of Starting with Why soon. Thanks, and have a great day.